Today, we are thrilled to have a trailblazer in the world of the digital arts and ICT technology, KBG. This smart and talented individual, whose stage name is drawn from his full name, Kelvin before Gumbi, is not just a name in the industry. He is a pioneering force shaping the future of music and technology in Malawi. Welcome back to the Kwathu Conversation, where we dive deep into the world of creativity and innovation across Africa. If you are just joining us now, you're in for an enlightening experience, but to truly appreciate the dynamic landscape of Malawi's creative industry, be sure to catch up from the very beginning of this series. This series is brought to you by the Copyright Fund under Kosoma. With a robust background in computer engineering and information technology, KBG is the founder of Nyali and the driving force behind Nyali Muzik. Since his start in 2007, he has been at the forefront of developing gospel rap artists and producing music that resonates deeply with Malawian youth. His diverse musical influences from Bob Marley to Michael Jackson have fueled his passion and versatility as an artist. KBG's impact extends beyond music. He has produced influential television shows, managed significant events, and traveled across Malawi with organizations like Plan Malawi and UNICEF to inspire and empower the youth. His dedication to his craft is evident in his ongoing projects, including his second mixtape, Chikolo Boy Volume 2, and his highly anticipated third album. His innovative contributions to both music and technology, and his vision for the future. Welcome to the Kwathu Conversation, KBG.
Thank you.
First of all, you look very lovely.
Oh
I just want to speak a little bit about that. Where are you coming from right now? I don't want to be the one to say it. I want you to say it.
Where am I coming from? I'm coming from work. I joined 9 to 5.
Okay, 9 to 5. Okay, what kind of 9 to 5? Don't be humble about it.
I'm a content creator or videographer for State House.
All right.
That's where I'm coming from. Yeah.
Okay, the influencer is influencing. I love it. Okay, so I want to go back to the beginning.
Straight.
When you had just possibly moved from, I don't know if it's before that, but Lawi was just telling me that you guys moved from Blantyre to Lilongwe together to jump into the creative scene. So walk me through.
We're coming through that.
Coming from there, the very beginning.
That's a great start. Well, yeah. When I finished college, me and Lawi sat down. We were working together back then. Like I said, we need to move and let's see what happens. In fact, I'm the one who convinced him to come here.
Okay.
And then he's like, okay, if it fails, we come back.
Yeah.
We took a chance, came here in 2013, somewhere there, 2012, 2013.
Yeah.
Came with my 2 speakers and a computer, Basi, set up a mini studio. That time we used to stay with, it was like 3 guys.
Yeah.
It was me, Lawi, and David Kalirani. And some people come in and out, but this was the constant, so yeah, basically that's where it's coming from. Yeah.
Okay, so the passion for music and arts, where does it begin for you?
Began, I would say maybe in 2005, somewhere there. But that was like when I started like really getting into it.
Yeah.
But just to give you a background, my dad used to work with Malawi Broadcasting Corporation.
Yeah.
So growing up in a house like that, you get exposed to a lot of things. You bring a lot of like music.
Okay.
That time we had vinyls. That's why I have that thing there. So we used to bring vinyls, like Bob Marley. So we were exposed to different types of music, from reggae, hip hop, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And our house was like a hub because my parents, my parents were in town, and you would get different. People come through.
Yeah.
Some would come, do school, and then they'll leave. So I had cousins, and everybody had his own taste of music.
Yeah.
So coming from that influence, my dad, my uncle was a DJ. There was a point in my life where, there was a point in my life where he used to like give us a chance to go DJ. So I did a little bit of DJing for like 2 years, and then school came into play, stuff like that. So it's like it's coming from way back.
Okay, fine. So you do a bit of digital arts, right?
Yes.
That's your space. Why digital arts?
Because I feel like it's a future, I'm coming from a place where it was really hard to do music, and just with 2 clicks it's out there.
Yeah.
Where I'm coming from is when we had to do music, put it on a CD,
Yes.
go ask or pay someone for the song to be paid, to be played on the radio or TV.
To go all the way.
Today, you don't have to do that. So for me, it's an era where it fascinated me when I saw that there's a shift. You know, oh, so things are changing. It was up to me to change with it or to be left behind.
Yeah.
So I started developing an interest into like the digital arts. And also I did a degree in information technology at Polytechnic. So like it just came together.
Yeah.
So with my passion for music, I wanted to go digital and understand what the digital space is all about, being a creative. So
okay, so a degree in ICT.
Yeah.
How does your background in ICT contribute to your music production? We're going to get into that.
Yeah.
And also all the way to founding Nyali Muzik.
A lot. For those people who don't know, probably Nyali Muzik was birthed in college at Poly, you know. So I had this passion of like I think I've had it for a long time, where I spot talent. I love to work with people that are talented, you know. And then in school we had some guys who were so talented, and I was like, you know what, I've got the stuff. These guys, you know, I approached them and then I asked them if they would be willing to like do a record with me.
Okay.
They're like, yeah, we can do something together. So it was like Liu, I don't know if you guys know Liu.
Yes, I know
Liu, Jeremiah, and then there was Samuel. We decided to like just come together. Do like a collective of music, like what you call this, a mixtape.
Mixtape, yeah.
So we did a bunch of mixtapes, solo albums, and people knew us from then. And we did a couple of shows back then as well in 2006. That was in Blantyre. And then from then, the story just, you know, I remember after we did the mixtape as Nyali Muzik, we got invited to go perform in South Africa, Zambia.
Okay, pretty cool.
And that was like way back before, you know, what it is today, you know. And for me, I feel like that's when I realized that the things that we take lightly here, it's not that they are not big outside of this country. It's just that we are a bit behind. You know, so because of our background, it makes you feel like what you're doing is not enough. You know,
so we can do more.
And then that can be a break or make point, because some people that are really good at what they do, I'm a figure threshold in Agori, they give up.
Yes, of course.
Not that they are not good, but they feel like maybe I'm not good enough.
I'm not good enough.
It's just that we are living in that country. So I think exposure for me, it helped me because doing a mixtape that was released that time and we traveled to perform outside of the country, I was like, you know what, we're good enough.
We're good enough. We can make it.
We can make it anyway. Yeah, for me, that's what it did to me. I was like, okay, this is it. Here. So I'm not gonna stop. You know. So
Okay, so let's talk influence and inspiration. What are your biggest influences in your entire creative journey?
I like to see what's happening outside of just my comfort zone. You know, I want to see what people are doing in my field. I like to see what is going to be predicted in the next 2-3 years. If we're doing this kind of cameras today, what is going to happen? Next? Yes. Like I know what's going to happen in the TV world in the next 2 years in this country. I know it's already happening out here.
But you can project.
But I can project. Oh, we're going.
This is where we're going.
So when it's happening here, I won't be like alarmed. Oh, okay. For me, the best thing that I can do is to position myself so that when it's happening, I'm ready.
You're all ready. That's actually really, really wonderful. In terms of Nyali Muzik, what's your favorite project that you've worked on? I know that's
I worked with Facebook.
Okay.
That was interesting. That was the first client who gave us like a blank check. Like I was like, oh, so this can happen.
Okay.
You know, we got booked to work with Facebook, and then they said, make sure that you have a POS machine when you come through. Like, okay. We asked them, there's no any other way to get paid. They said no. Let's have a POS machine, and we did our thing. And it's also my favorite because it was one of the biggest projects that we worked with other people, service providers together. It was a collective of people. Like it was me and Zia, and a bunch of other people. But it was so, just like what I'm saying, we're good enough. Because when these people came through, they were so surprised with what we put together.
Yeah.
And they didn't even ask for negotiations.
No honey.
Yeah, so
that's wonderful.
That's
wonderful.
one of the favorite projects that I can talk about. Yeah.
Okay. So in terms of merging creativity and technology, because you realize music, digital arts, all of that is kind of at the convergence of that. How do you balance the two, your creative process and then the technology side?
I think you cannot separate because right now, if you are creative, you have to
use tech, to use innovation.
There's no way you can separate the two.
Yeah.
If you're not gonna find a way to know how to merge the two, with the art and the tech, they should come together for your advantage.
Yeah.
You will be you go extinct. It's just as simple as that. Right now, there's AI. It can do as much as what any person can do. It's those people that are clever are the ones that are seeing the opportunity that there's AI now and they're using it to advance what they're already doing. But if you're sleeping, then technology can actually replace you.
Yeah, replace you, make you obsolete. Absolutely. And speaking of emerging technologies, what are the opportunities there for creatives, AI and machine learning?
Yeah.
What are the things that maybe you're tapping into, other creatives can tap into?
AI, don't sleep on AI. That's all I can say. People who are scared about AI, yeah, it can, but also it can, but also you don't have to sleep on it because you can use it to advance the things that you're already doing. Because as humans, we're gifted in how we create things. We can only a machine can
only do so much.
So if you merge the two,
if you get really good,
straight, so. That's what I would say.
It's funny, my staff, when I say, oh, I'm doing a really good job, and they say, you and ChatGPT, and I say, of course, it's us. We're a team now. It's the two of us.
You cannot sleep on that stuff.
Absolutely, absolutely. How do you see that changing the music industry and the creative industry?
Okay, right now, even softwares now, if you're a producer, video, editing, nyimbo, whatever, AI is in that.
Yeah.
They've incorporated AI in all of these things to make our processes easier and more advanced. The things that was taking us maybe 2, 3, 4 hours to do, now it can just like that because
10 minutes is done.
So I would say right now the work process is very fast. We see processors even becoming more faster. These machines, computers are becoming more fast, and the speed is ridiculous.
I know.
Yeah,
crazy.
storage space is becoming smaller.
Apple.
So things are changing.
Things are changing. So apart from AI and machine learning, what are the trends in digital technologies and also ICT do you see that are coming up that maybe people can tap into?
Right now? Are we talking about Malawi or the world?
I mean, we can talk about Malawi or the world. And I know you said you know where the world is going. So what are the things that are on the horizon at the moment?
Right now, I think we're more going into, what do you call this? E-things. So there's electric cars.
Internet of Things.
Yes, Internet of Things. Perfectly said. For those people who don't know what Internet of Things is, right now we've got you can buy a fridge that tells you.
They literally say smart fridge, smart TV.
Fridge. You can have a smart fridge. You can have a smart table. You can have a smart
house.
So this smart house, what it does, it will let you know about everything that you need. They can be interconnected and things.
I wake up and I'm, hey Siri, play my music.
What? So Internet of Things is like how connected your house is, whatever.
Lights.
Yes, lights. So we're going there. It's just that maybe it will take a little bit of time for us to
adopt to
that, but we are going there.
We're getting there.
Like what I said earlier, that you just have to make sure that when these things are happening, you're positioned at a place where you won't be alarmed, or people should say, oh, Nthanda Manduwi. It's always amazing to be that. To be where people will identify with, okay, my guys are.
They tapped into it. Okay. Now, starting from 2012, this is 2024, 12 years later. How do you feel your journey has been? Are you fulfilled? Like where you are right now, is it everything you dreamed you would be, or is it more, maybe have you exceeded your own expectations? What has the growth been like?
I have exceeded my own expectations for sure, but life also surprises me. What I've learned is you can only do your best and see where it takes you.
Yeah.
I
love that.
I don't stand on this notion of saying you cannot do ABCD. I feel like we can do so much as human beings.
Limitless.
We can do so much. There's this thing that I believe that if your mind is saying you can't, you won't.
Yeah, it's your own limit.
You won't. There are times where I sit back and think about where I'm coming from, and I see where I'm at right now, the rooms that I'm in these days, and I'm like, okay, if someone would have told me 10 years ago, maybe you're gonna know this guy, you're gonna be talking to this person.
Official videographer of the president.
I say.
No ways. What do you
no
mean?
Way. But there's a scripture that I stand by, it's Proverbs 18:16, which says your gift is going to open room for you in the presence of great kings.
I love that.
So
and look at you living that.
Yeah, for me it's a camera.
I love that.
Yeah.
And speaking of, how does videography come into everything that you do? Where did that begin for you?
For me, it became a thing when was that? I think in 2014, 15, because I started working with Timbani TV then.
Yes.
So I was a producer, and we would produce our own programs, decide who we want to work with in terms of camera crew and everything else. That time we used to work with Lalu, Moving Minds. So that's when I picked an interest in cameras, but it wasn't like a big thing for me because I was really, music was the thing.
The thing for you, yeah.
Yeah, but then there was this thing that used to piss me off when we go to perform as artists.
Yes.
So you go to perform and you want to see the content.
An idea you have.
Yes. So in my head, I'm thinking, whoever's capturing, and then you see it's like, no,
you didn't capture that moment.
Yeah.
I like that.
So I became so obsessed with trying to capture how I would want someone to. Yeah.
Yes.
So that became like an addiction, So I would go out, capture the thing. So what I've realized, if you see, most people don't notice that, but most people who do content for entertainers or artists in Malawi, they don't tell the story.
Yes.
To make me feel like I should have been at that event.
Yes.
If I didn't go to watch Ben Sam perform or whoever perform, if I watch the highlight, I won't feel like
I should have been there.
I missed it. So I've always wanted to do that, and I started training in how to capture those type of moments. And I feel like the day that I really did something that a lot of people were like, "Oh, what is this?" Is when we did Sunday Soiree.
Okay, I've seen those. They're pretty creative. I love them.
Yeah, that was the first video that came out. It was
a drone.
Yeah,
somewhere. I remember I saw that.
So that's one of the things that captured people's attention. Then they started asking questions.
How did you do it?
And that was the feeling that I've always wanted to create. Like, yes, people should make.
You should see that creativity in it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I picked it up from then and never looked back.
Awesome. In terms of skills and knowledge that you've picked up along the way, what are some key skills and knowledge that you think people who are coming up in the art sector should have? What are the things we should know?
I'll talk from a creative point of view. I feel like now content is key. If you're a creative, you need to know how to create your own content.
Of course.
That is just a no-brainer. Because content can either give you money, get you the next gig.
Exactly.
People will discover you through that content.
Sure.
But most importantly, for you to sit back, look back, and see what you did and what you can do
how
better.
You've grown as well.
Yeah. Right now, you can sit back, put out a video. Tomorrow, you don't know, you can hit 1 million views, and all of a sudden,
that's your moment.
Perfect.
Example right there.
Yeah,
it's out there.
Yeah. So I feel like content creation.
Yeah.
Pick it up, learn how to do it. YouTube videos everywhere. You can learn how to do that stuff.
Yeah.
Even if you have a phone, Samsung 7 or Galaxy 7 onwards, or iPhone 6 or 5, you can create your own content.
Yeah.
So I would say content. What else? The other skill that I would suggest you should take serious AI. How you can incorporate that to your art. Important. How to use a camera. And the skill that you need to have the most is collaboration.
Collaboration, I love that.
How network. Find a way to network with people that can complement your art.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the things that I've learned from being in places where, like you've been outside of the country. You were where were you? New York City. Yeah, you see. And you would agree with me that maybe we might be the only ones like Malawians who don't really stress on the power of collaboration.
Absolutely. You can't do anything alone. You absolutely cannot.
I've learned from Nigerians.
Oh, Nigerians are good at it.
South Africans.
They're incredible.
They really
they work together.
They will make sure they come together and do something together in these spaces that we've been at.
Yeah.
And when you come here, it's just so sad.
Everybody's trying to
do their own thing.
I need to be the star.
You know, and that's why you will see so most creatives are struggling to even make money.
Yes.
Not that they can't make the money, but they want to make the money by themselves.
By themselves, yeah.
So bagabwera cheki 15 million, 15 million, you know, but they don't think about what did the government 15 million? I think about 333 whatever, and then we get more gigs.
Exactly.
You make that 15 million within 2-3 years.
Exactly.
By yourself, but then because in doing so you are being greedy, and what
quality goes down.
Greedy, you know what's gonna happen? They're gonna stop working with you, and then you be stuck. But the more you share, there's guarantee you do more gigs. Yeah, so I feel like collaboration is the power of it can unlock a lot of like doors for us as Malawian creatives if we embrace it.
Yeah, we work together. One of the most interesting pivots I've seen you do, and I know you're probably already doing it, but live event production, especially at the beginning of the pandemic. Tell me about that.
Well, background, TV, was coming from TV. I used to do a podcast called, it wasn't called a podcast then, but it was a show called the Nyali Muzik Show. So it was the first program that was going live on TV, on radio, and online at the same time. This was like it was happening at the same. So for those people,
that was the first for Timveni.
Yeah, it was the first for Timveni. I think the first in Malawi. I did my research then because we wanted to like cater to the young people that Sinanga Timveni was for the youth. Yes. We wanted to cater for the youth. I made him own districts now. I mean, I'm now for my friend, we don't have the TV, we have the radio. And I mean, I'm in the TV. They didn't want to listen to radio, but also those that wanted to just be on their phone, laptop and listen to it. Yeah. So we find out a way, and it was a key of collaboration. There was a guy, he's still there. He works with a lot of TV stations in Malawi. Gresham Nyambo, big shout out to the homie. We sat down and told him the idea, like, yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, we can make it happen.
We made it happen, guys. And we did a couple of episodes, about 12, 15 episodes, and featured like interesting people as well. Before I even have footage for that. That's why I was saying content is really key. You can pull it out for history's sake and say, I did this. You know, and from then, in 2016, it was a thing that was like I just put it aside. Like it was the knowledge that I acquired, but it was I wasn't using it. So when the pandemic hit, I was like, this is an opportunity. You know, I feel like what I've learned, I can put it to use now. And I just posted on Twitter. I remember that post went viral. Posted on Twitter that you know what, if you want to do a virtual event, then you know I can help you out. And from then I got a first client, Gwamba, and a couple of other artists who wanted to perform to their audience on Facebook.
On Facebook, okay.
And we did it in here. That went viral. From then,
especially people being locked down.
It was Third Eye, and then it was Young K, and then it was just a bunch of people. And because that was like the artist, right?
Yeah, the artist.
And then corporate started hitting me up, and then they were saying, "Can you do the same
event for us?" And all of that. Okay, no, that's pretty amazing. So in terms of your growth, I know now you know there's resources and support for creatives out there. What are some of the resources that maybe have benefited you or other creatives can tap into?
Resources per se, I would say, for me, I think I've worked from a perspective of like hustling and getting it myself. I wish it would have been easy for corporates or other bodies to see the need to lend a helping hand to creatives without us having to struggle almost to get it. Because if you see how it works here, they don't come to us. We have to go to them. It's a difficult state that we're in. Even Zambia is way advanced when it comes to that. You know, we have to go and ask for opportunities. Lubanga Jagudi, I want you to sponsor. You know, there are people that have like, that there are people that are driving crazy numbers on social media, but they still have to go
and
knock. You know,
so I think the job for marketing managers there.
I don't know. They need to keep. So I would say, Gudi, if there can be a resource that can help the creative industry in Malawi, would be that the marketing teams in these organizations, corporates, they should come through and
really know who's doing what and really recognize
because the audience that they're looking for
is with the creatives.
Is with the creatives, and they know how to get to them easily.
Absolutely.
So for myself, I would say I'm at liberty to sit back, sit down, and say I did that because I don't want to have ties. I've done grants before, and I just don't like the
the reporting, the bidding.
I tried it, and I'm like, no, I think this is not for me. I remember the last project that I've done last year was with I don't know if you guys know about Dance for Wash. We actually won an award.
Okay.
So it's a project. Yeah, thank you. It's a project that we did with Ketase, sponsored by GIZ. Sponsored by GIZ. And it was a project that was trying to address WASH pandemic using the universal languages, sports, dance, whatever.
Okay.
And then we got the project and we shared. I was like, I'm gonna do content.
I'm gonna do
the admin and everything else. And this was a project that was running in 7 countries.
Okay, that's pretty big.
I was a content manager for those, like the whole campaign. So that just seeing the difference between how that worked and how we work here made me to realize that we are so far behind when it comes to like seeing the importance of like the creative and the voice that they have. So if we can have that resource and have people say, if we want to do these things, let Nthanda do it.
Like let's let them do their part and we do our part. So, okay, and how do you balance being a creative and the business side? Do you juggle both by yourself or do you have a team?
No, I've got a team now. I used to do that.
By yourself. It's a lot, isn't
it? It's
hectic. I know. Have to get out of creative brain, business
brain. It's really hectic. You can't do it alone.
I
have a team of 5 now. And I think you also agree with me that at first it feels like, no, I don't want to do this. I feel like if I leave it in the hands of other people, then it's gonna
go down, it's gonna die.
But when I went for Mandela Washington, that's when I realized that
opened up your mindset.
Sometimes you just need, for us to grow, we need to let other people also be part of the vision. If you feel like, if you're scared, you never know.
Absolutely.
If you're scared, you never know. At least you have to try and see. If it doesn't work, it's a lesson learned. But try.
Absolutely, try. Talk to me about the Mandela Washington experience.
That was fun. It was fun, and it was an eye-opener for me.
Where did you go?
I went to Iowa.
Okay.
We went to Iowa for about 5-6 weeks. But 5 weeks we're like strictly there, and then we went to Manning. Manning is a small town within Iowa, where they were like, I think there are like 1,500 people, but they've got guys, I felt so sorry for our country, but anyways,
I mean, you landed
1,500 people, but they have one of the most advanced hospitals. Better than ours, and they do these things by themselves. It's like a collective of people. They come together and say, "What
how do we develop our society?"
This is what we should,
and that ownership.
So I learned how people are doing farming there, young people. How banks work. That they can just go there if you want to do a project. You have 10% of the money you are asking from the bank. They will give you.
You have 10% of the money. They give you.
If you want 500,000 US dollars,
and you've got 50.
They'll give you 500.
They'll give you. Sick. We need more of that. We need more of
so
those
that's what I'm saying.
Here.
Those are the kind of resources that
we could have.
Think about it. If all of these people that are creating content in Malawi had access to money, we would have had amazing studios in this country. But we're still struggling to use the money that we are trying to get to advance. So these are the things that I learned. I learned how collaboration is very powerful because of like being in the same rooms with the people from Nigeria and all these other countries. We were the only country that got into a place and everybody went there separately.
And you see the Nigerians, they kind of come together like
this. People were so ready to pitch ideas. Everyone else was ready to pitch the ideas, like they had their thing in their head. If someone would ask me what they should be ready for the next cohort, I would say, make sure you're ready to introduce yourself and in your small introduction, sell yourself. The other people know how to do that so well. And I learned from the first interview that, you know what, I need to prepare and be ready at any cost to sell myself.
Being agile.
You know, and how systems work outside of this country. You know.
I know systems are perfect. I mean, we still have a long way to go, but it's an opportunity.
It's an opportunity for us to create this system. Yeah.
Okay. So I want to go back to I am from Malawi. Okay, let's go back there.
Yeah.
What was the inspiration?
The inspiration was, if not us, who's gonna change the Malawian scene, Malawian industry, you know? So
we've got the branding up there, fresh out of Malawi. I think you were one of the first to do T-shirts that say "I am from Malawi," like that sense of pride. Yeah.
So I think at the heart of it all, if you hear the song, it's what it's saying is we have to be proud of who we are. If we're not gonna do that, no one is gonna be proud of on our behalf. No one is gonna say, hey, you know. So we need to start owning what we are and trying to make the best out of it. There are so many opportunities here. Let's utilize that. So for me, doing that song with Dali, big shout out to Dali Sosa. We were just trying to say, guys, this is what we have.
This is what we have.
Yeah, so
this is who we are.
Yeah, just because you're Malawian. You know, that time, it was in 2050, that time, we used to have a lot of people who were so ashamed to say,
to look down on themselves.
To go in outside of the country and feel like, hey, they now I'm from Malawi, you know. But we need to be proud of what we are.
Nobody cares. People actually want to know.
What's going on. You've got a chance to express, to sell Malawi.
Yeah, and it's very important. Okay. So right now, I know we're just catching you coming from work. The president's official videographer, how did that come to be?
Well, it's an interesting story because I got a call and they asked me if I would be interested to work there.
Okay, so somebody brought up your name.
Someone recommended me.
You came recommended
me, and I was curious. I asked.
You even asked
I don't even know until today. But for the kind of work that they wanted, someone recommended me, and I went there. Sat for an interview. Basically just to ask me if I would be interested. I had to sit down and think about it because at the same time I was also running, you know, my business and stuff. So I had to. Yeah, I remember going to my dad asking him, "What do you think?"
I do?
Yeah, it's like, oh, well, if you think.
I mean, it's one thing to have it on your CV.
Yeah, if you think it's also not going to interfere with your business, go for it.
Make it do.
I was like, yeah, why not?
Yeah.
So
here we are.
Here we are.
All right.
Yeah.
What's the best advice you have received from somebody in your career? I know there's been a lot.
Yeah, I'm trying to. The best one.
Like, this is the one that changed me.
Never say never.
Never say never. I love that. Okay.
Never say never. You know, why I'm saying that is because you don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow.
Yeah.
Do the best today because tomorrow.
Always the best.
You don't know who's gonna see your best and say,
exactly.
who did that?
I want that.
Nthanda.
Yeah.
You know, so excellence is very important in what we do.
Yeah.
Yeah, give it your best shot.
Best always. Yeah. Okay. And what's the advice you want to give to young creatives and ICT specialists coming up in Malawi?
No one is gonna come for you, bro.
Okay. I love that.
No one is coming for you.
Coming for you.
In this country, I feel like all you have is you.
It's you.
You know, if you feel like you want to give up, no one is gonna come and say, "I mean, don't give up." No one is gonna come. In fact, people are happy here when they see you fail.
Yeah.
So all you have is you. The best advice I can give you is find people that really love what you do and they really have the heart to push you when you're feeling so low.
Absolutely.
Be around those people.
I love that. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
All right. Brilliant conversation talking about arts, the creative scene in Malawi. You can see the journeys that we've talked about, starting from 2012 to now 2024. How long it takes sometimes to succeed, the resilience there that has to be there for you to succeed. That was KBG, the wonderful Kelvin before Gumbi, talking to us about his journey in the Malawi creative scene. You have been with me, your host, Nthanda Manduwi.